All right, so let's set the scene. The date is Sunday, February 8th, 2026.
Right.
We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's Super Bowl LX. The atmosphere is just, I mean, it's electric. You can still feel the halftime show.
Absolutely. The Seahawks have just beaten the Patriots 29-13. Confetti's everywhere. Adrenaline's high.
Exactly. And the cameras are doing that thing they always do, right? Scanning the VIP suites, looking for the real stars of the night.
The ones who don't need a ticket.
Sure. The Jumbotron glides past. There's Cardi B, Kevin Costner, Jessica Alba, the usuals. But then the camera freezes. It lands on this man, 50 years old, dressed super low-key, all black.
He's not alone.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Sitting right next to him is a girl in a sheer white top, acid-wash jeans. She smiles, brushes her hair back. He smiles back.
A seemingly innocent moment until, you do the math.
In that one split second, the game on the field it stopped mattering. The real game had just kicked off online because the man is Tobey Maguire.
And the girl is Mishka Silva. She's 20 years old.
And suddenly, the internet wasn't asking who won the trophy. They were asking why the original Spider-Man was sitting with a woman born 3 years after his first movie came out. Welcome to StarScope Report.
And it's a fascinating and frankly a pretty complex situation to start unraveling.
I'm Jordan. Join me and Jamie as we uncover the stories behind the fame, from red carpet surprises to viral scandals.
And today we are doing a deep dive into this viral explosion. Is Spider-Man just having a midlife crisis, or is there a darker pattern emerging here?
We're going to look at what the internet is calling Hollywood's new predator.
So let's really unpack that Super Bowl sighting, because that's what set this whole thing off.
Right, Super Bowl LX. You can't get more high visibility than that. And the eagle-eyed netizens, as the sources call them, they saw more than just two people sitting together.
They were analyzing the body language, frame by frame.
Yeah, sources talk about Silva extending her leg casually toward him. It wasn't just a crowded box. The broadcast caught this comfortable, almost intimate conversation.
And visually, I mean, the contrast tells the entire story, doesn't it?
It really does.
You've got Tobey, 50, looking very understated, like a dad at a game. And then you have Mishka Silva, 20, looking every bit the Gen Z influencer.
Which, to be clear, is exactly what she is. Born April 8th, 2005. She's a model with DT Model Management, a brand ambassador for Fashion Nova.
And let's just put that birth year in perspective for a second, because this is the fact that went so viral.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie came out in 2002.
3 years before she was born.
The cultural touchstone that defines his entire career existed before she did.
Wow. That is jarring when you put it like that. And the backlash was, I mean, it was instant.
Oh, immediate.
The whole narrative just flipped. It went from, hey, look, Spidey's at the game to, wait, why is a 50-year-old with a 20-year-old?
And that's where this economic critique started to creep in, which I find really interesting.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, usually these debates are all about morality, like, is it creepy?
Yeah.
But one viral comment really captured the modern cynicism. It was something like, women get mad when there's a 30-year age gap, but not when the man has a $30 million wage gap.
That feels a little like an excuse, though, doesn't it? Justifying it with his money.
It is cynical, for sure.
Yeah.
But sociologically, wealth has always been a buffer. It sort of shields behavior that might otherwise be seen as, unacceptable.
Right.
But I think just focusing on the wage gap actually misses the bigger picture here. We really need to look at what I'd call the transaction economy of modern Hollywood.
The transaction economy.
Think about it. If you're a 20-year-old model trying to make it in L.A., what's your most valuable currency?
Attention, clicks, the algorithm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So being seen with Tobey Maguire isn't just a date. It's a business merger.
So you're saying we should be looking at this like an investment strategy?
In a way, yes. Look at what happened right after. This is what we're calling the Mishka effect. Her name trended globally.
Right. She's a Fashion Nova ambassador.
And the designer of the jacket she was wearing, Kaya Winter, got a massive, immediate wave of press for free.
So that one paparazzi photo is basically a giant billboard.
It's an accelerator, a massive one. The relationship is symbiotic. He gets the validation of being seen with a beautiful, young, relevant model.
And she gets the headline, the followers, the brand deals.
It really challenges that simple predator and prey narrative. It might be more like, like two businesses merging for a fiscal quarter.
But if you think this is just a one-time thing at a football game, you are missing the pattern. The Super Bowl was just the sequel. The original story started in the Hamptons, and it has an even more uncomfortable connection to his own family.
Because this is not an isolated incident.
Not at all.
It's a pattern.
So let's rewind the clock. Go back to July 4th, 2024.
Michael Rubin's annual white party.
Yes. If you don't know this party, it is the event in the Hamptons. Kim Kardashian, Tom Brady, Drake, everybody who's anybody is there. And so is Tobey Maguire, who was 49 at the time.
And he wasn't alone.
Nope. He was spotted with a model named Lily Chee. She was, you guessed it, 20 years old.
Another 20-year-old mod.
Photos were everywhere, matching white outfits, his arm around her waist. It looked very coupley.
And this is where we get to the daughter paradox. This is the core of why this has hit such a raw nerve with the public.
Okay, the daughter paradox. Is that the idea that his dating pool is kind of merging with his own kid's social circle? Is that what's driving the ick factor?
100%.
Yeah.
Let's just break down the family math here. Tobey Maguire has 2 kids with his ex-wife, Jennifer Meyer.
Right.
Their daughter, Ruby, was born in November of 2006.
Okay, so let's do the math. At the Super Bowl in 2026, Ruby is 19.
19. And Mishka Silva is 20. And Lily Chee was 20 when he was with her.
Wow. That creates a real cognitive dissonance, doesn't it?
It creates a visceral reaction. It's not just an age gap in a vacuum. It's the deep discomfort of a father dating women who could literally be his daughter's peers.
I saw a comment online that just summed it up perfectly. It was like, imagine bringing a date home who could be your daughter's college roommate.
Exactly. It makes it too close to home, literally. And of course, the internet started applying its famous rule.
Oh, the half your age plus 7 rule?
People usually treat it as a joke, but in this case, they were using it as a serious metric, a mathematical line for social acceptability.
Okay, so Toby's 50. Half of that is 25, plus 7 is 32. So according to the rule, the youngest he should be dating is 32.
And he's dating 20-year-olds. That's a full 12 years below the so-called creepy threshold.
Wow.
And look, we can debate a math equation for love all day, but there is a scientific angle here that critics keep bringing up.
You mean the whole brain isn't done cooking until you're 25 argument?
Yes, but it's deeper than just maturity. We're talking about executive function, the prefrontal cortex. It's the part of your brain responsible for risk assessment, long-term planning, understanding consequences. When a 50-year-old man with decades of experience navigating very complex social and financial worlds dates someone whose executive function hardware isn't even fully installed yet, there is an inherent imbalance of power.
So you're saying he's playing chess and she's biologically still learning the rules of the game?
In a way, yes. And even though it is completely legal, and we have to stress these are all consenting adults, the way they each process that transaction we talked about is fundamentally different.
The idea that legality does not equal morality, that's the phrase I kept seeing everywhere. And hey, if you want us to go ahead of these Hollywood headlines, you should definitely hit that subscribe button now.
But getting back to the fallout from this, what's so wild is where the defense came from.
It blew my mind. It came from his ex-wife, Jennifer Meyer.
Yeah, that was an unexpected twist.
So back in 2024, after those Lily Chee photos dropped, Jennifer Meyer, who is the daughter of a huge Hollywood exec, by the way, she actually went into the Instagram comments to defend him.
Which is a fascinating PR move. She claimed he was, and I'm quoting, kindly helping a friend to her car.
Kindly helping a friend to her car with his arm wrapped around her waist at an all-night party? I mean, maybe he's just really passionate about pedestrian safety.
Maybe, but the irony is the timing of it all. While she's publicly defending him as a good guy, the legal reality behind the scenes was much messier.
What do you mean?
Well, sources say that in 2025, a year later, Maguire was filing for joint custody of their son, responding to something she had filed 5 years earlier.
So it's this supportive public front, but it's masking a pretty prolonged, messy legal situation.
Exactly. It's a reminder that in Hollywood, a public statement is just image management. But you really cannot talk about Tobey Maguire without talking about the elephant in the room.
Or the wolf in the room.
The wolf in the room, Leonardo DiCaprio.
The leader of the pack. You can't separate them. They've been best friends since the 90s when they were the Pussy Posse.
A name that later got a branding upgrade to the wolf pack?
Right. And there's this theory about their dynamic, isn't there? The sacrificial jackass theory.
That's the one. And it's kind of a brilliant, if maybe accidental, PR strategy.
So the idea is Leo takes all the heat so Tobey can fly under the radar.
For decades, it worked perfectly. DiCaprio has been the lightning rod for every single age gap, joke, and meme on the internet. He's the punchline. So while everyone was watching Leo on the yacht,
Tobey Maguire was standing right next to him and no one noticed. because he is Peter Parker.
Exactly. He used that wholesome, nerdy Peter Parker persona as a shield. It made him invisible. Leo took the heat.
But the Super Bowl and the White Party, that kind of stripped away the camouflage.
It did. And now that nice guy image is colliding head-on with the wolf pack reality. And it gets darker, doesn't it? Because this isn't the first crack we've seen in that image.
No, if you've seen the movie Molly's Game.
Oh, this is crucial context. If you really want to understand the dating pattern, you have to go back to the poker table.
So, in the movie, Michael Cera plays this character, Player X. He's manipulative, cruel, just a total jerk. And it's basically an open secret in Hollywood that Player X is based on Tobey Maguire.
The real Molly Bloom, who ran those games, she wrote about him. And there's one story in particular that keeps coming up now in light of all this. The story of the $1,000 chip.
Ugh, I know this story. It's so cringeworthy.
It's more than cringeworthy. It's a psychological blueprint. Allegedly, Maguire holds up a $1,000 poker chip and tells Molly Bloom she can have it if she gets on the table and barks like a seal.
Barks like a seal for $1,000.
And when she refuses, he apparently says, "I'm not kidding. What's wrong? You're too rich now. You won't bark for $1,000.
That's chilling. It really is.
It is. But look at the psychology there. According to her, he didn't just want her to do it. He wanted to buy her dignity for $1,000. He loved the humiliation, the power. This is a baseline for understanding how he operates.
It's about enjoying financial leverage over women.
Yes. And now take that exact psychological profile, the enjoyment of leverage, and apply it to a relationship with a 20-year-old aspiring influencer who needs his connections to survive in LA.
The dynamic is almost identical.
It suggests a man who is not just comfortable with, but maybe even prefers, situations where the power is tilted heavily in his favor.
That is a really heavy thought. It completely dismantles that wholesome Peter Parker nostalgia.
It does, which brings us back to his career. His entire bankability is tied to that nostalgia, to being the underdog, the moral hero.
And it's hard to see the moral hero when you're reading about him trying to make someone bark like a seal. There are all these rumors he might come back for Avengers, secret wars.
And that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Fans are feeling that psychological dissonance. It's hard to root for the wholesome hero when the actor's behaving like a Hollywood cad. If this creepy narrative sticks, it could really damage the one thing that makes him valuable to Marvel.
The audience's love. So let's recap. Tobey Maguire is 50. The women he's being seen with are 20. The pattern is pretty clearly established, from the White Party to the Super Bowl. And the court of public opinion, it has definitely shifted from nostalgia to scrutiny.
The half-your-age plus 7 rule has been shattered, and the daughter paradox is in full effect.
You know, we always ask if these young women are being taken advantage of. It's the natural instinct. But in this new influencer economy, where a single photo at the Super Bowl could be worth millions in brand deals, we have to ask a different question.
Who is actually using whom?
Or is everyone just playing the game?
A game where the rules seem to be changing every single day.
And that's where we'll leave it. You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.